What is up, guys? You're back with another YouTube video. Today we're going to be talking about the first major hurricane that is formed in the Atlantic, Tropical Depression 8 that just formed, and Invest98L all coming up. Major Hurricane Fiona is a Category 3 storm. It's a major hurricane with winds of 150 miles an hour, 115 miles an hour, with hurricane warnings in effect for the which island is it? For the Turks and Caicos Islands. With this here, this is bringing tons of heavy rain and hurricane force winds to the Turks and Caicos Islands. This is a Category 3 storm at the moment. Forecasted to become a Category 4. Pressures at 961 millbar. This is moving northwest at 9 miles an hour. Eventually could head even into the Bermuda areas as a Category 4 later on its time. So something Bermuda needs to be well aware for some potential very heavy rainfall and strong winds for the future here. Now we're going to be taking a look at this other storm. We're going to switch this to Tropical Depression 8. So we have Tropical Depression 8 at the moment. It has winds of 35 miles an hour. It just formed. It's a tropical depression. Pressure is at 1,013 millbar, and its speed is at north at 10 miles per hour. But this is forecasted to just stay into the open waters of the Central Atlantic Ocean. On the bottom of my screen, you can see the satellite imagery, as you can see. And that is showing that this is definitely organizing pretty significantly. I only think this will become it'll stay probably as a tropical storm in the future, but I do not think this will form into a into a hurricane by any means. Sorry, I can't speak. It's because I'm sick. Invest98L has formed in the Atlantic. It has a 40% chance of development in the next 2 days and a 70% chance of development development in the next 5 days with this. Sorry, I cannot talk right now, man. It is a disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms at the moment, really close to the Caribbean Sea and the Leeward Islands. Once it gets past the Leeward Islands, it's going to be a lot more favorable for development here, as right now it's battling a little bit of shear from Fiona that Fiona has caused right now. But this is going to head into some very warm waters in the Caribbean Sea, and it's going to really help this get strong here. And now we're going to take a look at where it could potentially go with this. So now what we're going to take a look at is the latest GEFS ensembles, or the spaghetti. This basically, the GEFS ensembles basically shows this thing right now, and it shows it will head across the Caribbean Sea and head into the Gulf of Mexico and into some very warm waters, and there's not a lot of shear or dust in these areas. This could really strengthen significantly here. Most of the models are consisting to a Gulf of Mexico trend, which is not looking good. Remember, this is very far out, so things can significantly change with this here. Go back to, why isn't it working? Sorry, it's taking like 5 years. I'll go back to tropical weather. And then 98L Invest. And now we're going to take a look at the GFS ensembles, because we were looking at the and now we're going to take a look at the GEPS ensembles. We were taking a look at the GEFS. So these ensembles are consisting more to a Gulf of Mexico trend and straight into the Gulf of Mexico. This case would probably be more of a stronger system. As you can see, it's not heading on a lane by any means. So this would be more favorable for stronger development. Remember, this is far out, so don't take this Just take this with a grain of salt. With this is definitely flawed. Most of the model guidance are consisting this to a Cat 1 to a Cat 3. Remember, this is far out, so things can change. Now we're going to take a look at the forecast models from the system. First, we're going to take a look at the GFS model. With this, the GFS. And as you can see, the GFS is showing Major Hurricane Fiona, as you can see. And then we're gonna click on North Atlantic. And as you can see, it shows this thing developing. It kind of shows this thing struggling a bit here, and it doesn't really show this thing really straight on a strengthening trend till it gets right past Jamaica. It's not really showing much strengthening, and then it shows this thing gets very strong and heads into the Gulf of Mexico here. And this model, GFS, is just going crazy with this thing. Things can definitely change. I don't know about it being this strong, but yeah, things can definitely change. But the GFS and the European model are both consistent to a hurricane forming with this. As you can see, we're going to take a look at the Euro by about 240 hours out. It's taking forever to load, sorry. The European model shows this thing doesn't develop till it gets past Jamaica here, and then it shows it really starts to strengthen once it gets past Cuba. It heads into the Gulf of Mexico where there's very warm waters and heads into a hurricane. And they both show a potential Gulf of Mexico track. Remember, just take this little grain of salt, as this is very far out. Don't take this like it's going to happen by any means. So, yeah. Hope you guys liked this video. Sorry it was a little bit on the longer side for today. Hope you guys liked that video, and bye, guys. Bye.